So the Proud Boys are a group. They are most people say a male chauvinist group, set up in 2016. They call themselves Western chauvinists. They're certainly male dominated. They back then and now they seem to want to contest what they perceive as the sort of constraints of political correctness and so forth, and doctrinaire political correctness, and they want to tweak people. Enrique Tarrio stepped in as their leader in 2018 when they voted him in, and he's been the sort of real face of it since then. We reported on an old court transcript from 2014 that had never been reported on before, where a federal prosecutor and Tarrio's old lawyer and an FBI agent all discuss ways in which Enrique Tarrio at the time had helped law enforcement. They said it helped local law enforcement and federal law enforcement. They said it repeatedly gone undercover, evidently after he'd been arrested on a medical related charge in 2012. So it raised a lot of questions. It talked about him as a cooperator, an extensive cooperator. In the transcript, his lawyer calls him a prolific cooperator with law enforcement, and we thought that was quite interesting, given what's going on now. Many people have seen him leading these rallies and these confrontations. The Proud Boys sometimes have with what they perceive, what they believe to be Antifa, which is the group they've often tried to go after. He's facing charges here in D.C. as we report. One, he confessed publicly on social media. He said he burned this BLM banner, and there's videotape of that happening. And he announced that on social media. When he arrived in D.C. on January 4th, he was quickly arrested by the D.C. police, and they charged him with that, which is a misdemeanor, and they also charged him with possession of two sort of high-capacity gun magazines, which are illegal in Washington, D.C. They ban magazines that hold more than 10 rounds each, and these had 30 rounds each. And so he's facing charges right now. So, but they're in D.C. What happened was, as soon as he went to court, the judge said a part of his release package is he had to leave D.C. and go back to Florida, and he can't come back here until he has to deal with a court appearance or deal with his lawyer.